Today, the government announced an initiative to have Americans sign something they are calling the Patriot's Oath.
The deadline for signing is the day after Thanksgiving.
This is not the America that I know.
Christopher, we said we're not talking politics.
I'm not going to ruin Thanksgiving, I promise. Rest assured.
You are Nazis!
My favorite thing about liberals, as soon as they're triggered, they call everyone a Nazi.
Oh, shut up, Katie.
No politics.
You treat people who don't agree with everything you say like they're morons.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. You're a moron.
Shut up!
Ike, welcome to Chicago.
Good to be home.
Welcome home to Chicago.
That's right, baby. I grew up a stone's throw from Wrigley Field.
So I live in Lakeview. So
Where do you live?
I live right at Lakeshore and Roscoe.
Okay, I was a little bit further north. I was more like Clarendon and Buena.
Oh, nice.
So
you're like hugging Buena Park a little bit.
Right there, just east of Buena Park.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now we're talking about The Oath, which I saw wrote and directed it too.
I did them.
So this is a very political comedy.
Yeah.
I think, how does this come up through your mind? Is this very much a Trump era inspired story to an extent?
Well, I definitely think it was inspired by basically after the 2016 election. My folks come from Chicago to LA for Thanksgiving, and after dinner, my mom and my brother and I started arguing, and it was this big argument all about politics. And what struck me the next morning was that we're all on the same side. We all voted for the same person. So to me, I was like, oh man, if this is going on at this table, what's happening at other tables around the country? And I started talking to friends of mine and kind of hearing these stories, and I knew I had to tell a story about that week. You know, that week, the Thanksgiving week, where it's now more than ever, people are going in with armor and they're getting ready to possibly do battle. And I wanted to really explore that and kind of blow it up.
Yeah, and you have a big background in improv. You did Second City, Improv Olympics, etc. Annoyance, did you even do?
Annoyance, hell yeah, baby.
Yeah,
I did
Annoyance.
Screw Puppies a couple times, yeah.
In Lakeview.
And Lakeview, man, right across, right by the Aragon Brawl Room, as we used to call it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Carrie's in this film, hilarious. I love her in Portlandia.
Amazing. I was such a huge fan of hers, and I always realized, we kind of look alike a little bit, so maybe we should play the brother and sister thing, but she's so great.
Yeah, and then Nora Dunn, SNL, Chicago girl as well.
Lives in Chicago.
Yeah.
She's not one of these Hollywood phonies like me who claim they're from Chicago and they move away. She stayed here to her roots.
Yeah, so you guys all have improv backgrounds. Did you allow, as the writer and director, some improv, or did you guys try to honor the script?
Well, I mean, I think, the script is so specific that, we had a long talk with the cast beforehand and said, let's try our best to make sure we shoot what's on the page a few times. But I hired all these people that do have that skill set, right? And so I wanted them to open it up, especially because of those scenes when the family's arguing and stuff. You need those live moments where someone just throws something out there. So, there's definitely quite a bit of improv in the movie, and it really gives it that kind of fresh feeling, I think.
And Tiffany Haddish, she's having a couple good years right now, and she plays your wife in the film.
She does.
So how was it working with Haddish? Was she able to shut off her comedy in between, or were you guys always going strong?
Well, she never shuts off her comedy, but when she was doing, performing and really kind of dialed into the character, and the character, the first half of the movie is very internalized and kind of like her husband's driving her crazy because he won't shut up about the news, and she really, I'd never seen that side of her, that kind of serious, dramatic side, and she just brought it, man.
Yeah, I mean, she plays in your comedy field the straight guy for a while in your relationship.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, you kind of switch.
Yep. Yeah. I really wanted to, it was going to be interesting to see because she has so much energy and it's all kinetic and she's always moving around and stuff, and to have her kind of still and internalized, I thought would be kind of interesting and also frustrating for people. Like, oh, well, she should just say what's on her mind. And then when she finally does explode, we get that Tiffany Haddish that we know and love.
And so I got to see The Oath with a bunch of different journalists, and I was laughing hysterically, but there is a point, and tell me if we literally looked at each other, some of us journalists, and we're like, whoa, it's a little bit of a darker comedy.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to go a little bit more, not just the haha, but a little bit more like, whoa?
I think the world we're kind of living in now is an emotional roller coaster. If you get up and, I don't know if you're on Twitter, but I am, and I curse it. But you look at a tweet and you see something so funny and you're laughing, and then you see another tweet and it's something horrible about families being separated, and you start getting emotional and crying. So I wanted the movie to be reflective of this age we're living in, which is absurd and heartbreaking and thrilling. And so I knew that if we went straight comedy, I don't think we would have any emotional resonance. Mm-hmm. And I knew if we went straight thriller, people would feel like it's not really representative of real life. So we try to walk that line of kind of taking the audience on this journey up and down until they vomit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have to tell you though, I relayed to your character so much because your brother in the film and his girlfriend, one, they look exactly like my brother and his fiance, and they have the same political views to a T. Like, our Thanksgiving was your Thanksgiving.
That is the thing I've heard the most, and it makes me the happiest, is I was just all over Texas and the South and San Francisco, and the thing that people kind of say to me first and foremost is, it's like you filmed my family's Thanksgiving. And I think that relatability and the fact that we're all going through the same thing, really regardless of where you lie on the political spectrum. I'm sure your brother and his girlfriend are like, oh, God, now I got to deal with my brother's, crap. Yeah. But I really, that to me, I feel like I hit like a good zone when I have people say, hey, I really related to this movie.
Sure. I have the hats off to you on this film, because at the end of the film, the brother's girlfriend, who personally I couldn't stand the whole film, at the end there's a moment where she's watching that TV screen and she's got like tears coming down her face, and I sympathize with her, and I actually feel like I'm on her side now. So I don't know how you did it in that film, but bravo, truly.
It was, it was important to me to try to end the movie after everything I've put the audience through, to have an optimistic ending, because I am, despite what you might see on my Twitter feed, I am optimistic about the country, and I do think that America is bigger than a president or a Congress or an administration, and I do feel like, that it's going to be, the storm is still going on, but if we weather it, we can come out stronger, and I really wanted people to walk out of that movie feeling entertained and satisfied, but also having that kind of lingering feeling of, I should call my cousin. I got in a big fight with him last year, I should give him a call.
Yeah. And now going back, we're here in Chicago.
Yes.
How does it feel to be back in your home Chicago?
It's the best, man. It's the best. We were doing this big screening, and I'm going to see my grandmother's coming in from Skokie, and I'm really, I'm so thrilled. Chicago, I really feel like, is, whether you're doing an improv show or you're showing a movie, Chicagoans are the best audience, just because they're so honest, and they love the humor, and they like being pushed around and moved and stuff. So I can't wait to show it.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm a Chicagoan, born and raised as well. Yes. I'm a North Sider.
Yes, baby.
So go Cubs. Go Cubs. We have an oath here in Chicago that I think you'd agree with, that we have Midwestern values. Yes. We're very hospitable people. We are. So I know it's tough to go away from your kids and your wife during these times right now. So I have gifts for you to bring back as a businessman.
Oh my God.
So,
if it's a deep dish pizza, it's not going to make it back to LA.
It's not that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But for your newest tyke that you had this year, a little snow globe, Chicago, don't let it swallow it.
No. Yeah. If she breaks and drinks it, we're going to hospital.
And then also for your older, Peyton and Foster, also girly ones for them. So I don't know who's more of a pink and who's more of a rainbow. But
this is Foster, this is Peyton. Named after 34, by the way.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And then I have something for your wife as well.
Oh my God,
I got the whole family. No, you're allowed.
Okay.
This is not going out there.
Okay, this is
not
on behalf of Conway.
No.
I picked these up for you guys.
So what I have for your wife is a mug that says, "Someone in Chicago loves me." And it's not from me, Erica. It's from your husband.
Oh, guess what? As much as I love my wife, I will be taking this mug from her and drinking my morning coffee from it. So I know the intention was to make my wife happy, but you've made me happy.
Well, then, but to share with you and your wife then, because I want you to always remember where you come from.
Oh, baby.
I have a Cubs-colored Chicago hat.
Oh, my God. And it's got the flag.
It does.
Do you know what the 4 stars represent?
I am the worst Chicagoan, and someone's told me like it's like Burroughs or something.
No. The first star is the massacre at Fort Dearborn. The second star is the World's Fair. The third star is the Columbian Exposition, and then the other one is the Chicago Fire. So that it's Fort Dearborn, Chicago Fire, World's Fair, Century of Pride.
I mean, that's where I was gonna go with it.
Right,
I was starting with Burroughs for like the colors.
But I wanted to cut you off because I wanted to.
I appreciate it. It shows how good of a Chicagoan Ike is.
Right there, baby.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you, brother.
Congratulations. Yeah, of course. And everybody go see The Oath.
October 19th. You'll love it.
Thanks, Ike.
Dude, thank you so much. Dude, this is so great.
Yeah, like a fun,
I'm not even kidding. I don't have to stop now and get gifts. I'm just
I
got them.
this, yeah.
And for real, I am taking this cup.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
I mean, this is it, man.